Greetings, hello, salutations, fabulous Whānau family and friends. Okay, so what I would like to do with you today is examine ways to change for the better. Um, it's like a continuation of what I was talking about last week with, you know, being more for yourself, being kinder to yourself, um, promoting yourself not in an egotistical way, but, you know, being your own little cheerleader, you know, yeah, encouraging yourself. It's a continuation on what I was talking about last week, because I was thinking about it and I was thinking, well, you really need to know ways that you can work on yourself. My big breakthrough was having cognitive behavioral therapy, which helped me to re-examine with a very kind lady the way I was thinking, how I was thinking. And doing that sort of thing has helped me to come to different conclusions and ideas on how I can help you, because when you're working class, the only way that you can get any sort of therapy is if you've been sexually abused. No other abuse, like emotional abuse or physical abuse, none of those. You don't get any free therapy for any of those things. And therapists, psychotherapists, all of those people's, they cost a lot of money, which is way beyond what a humble working class or labouring class or beneficiary class person can afford. So here we go. These are the clues that you can help to heal yourself, so that you love yourself better, so that you treasure yourself, so that you're no longer stricken with feelings of um, fury, fear, that sort of thing. Okay, so you might consider yourself a gardener. You might like pottering around in the garden, looking after plants and that sort of thing. The bad thoughts that you get about yourself, consider them as weeds, and you have no qualms when you're in your garden amongst your flowers and your trees that you get rid of the weeds, those little bits and pieces that pop up that you don't want. When negative thoughts from past abuse have been festering away inside yourself for decades, then they're like great big tortured trees of thistles and spiky poisonous things growing up inside of you. They need to be getting rid of. Yes, they do. And then you can start to think more clearly for yourself, as yourself, by yourself, for yourself. So you need to identify what are the weeds inside yourself, the negative thoughts inside yourself, and you need to yank them out by the roots and dispose of them. How do we dispose of them? I went along to a very interesting course several 10, 15 years ago, something like that, where a wonderful holistic guy trained us in the use of our imagination, in ways that we can heal. So for myself, what I do is I have like this little dragon creature inside of me that when I know that there are bad things that need to be dealt with, he collects them all into his little sack, and he takes them down into the center of the earth, where they are consumed by the great heat that is there. And you might go, well, that's like really freaking crazy, really freaking crazy. But hey, this is one way that I've found that works for me. And that was the reason why I was like trying to get you guys into doing some drawings like earlier on in my videos, was because to utilize your imagination, that is your key to helping or hindering yourself. i.e., I had this rather aggro male character inside my head that if I felt I wasn't doing well, he would literally beat me. I mean, yeah, I kid you not. This male character, I had a great deal of difficulty shifting him out of my psyche so that I could learn to treasure myself better and be able to do something like bringing these videos to you, because, like, well, when you're in negative thinking mode because someone else has treated you really, really awfully in your life, um, it's like being stuck. Well, you talk about being stuck in a rut, and it's that same way. You know, you're walking round and round in circles, round and round in circles, the same thoughts day in, day out, and you are tramping your rut deeper and deeper and deeper until perhaps the sky is only a small little sliver, and the only thing that helps you in life is getting like wasted, you know, boozed, um, shooting up, stoned, whatever, you know, because you just want to escape that hell that you're digging for yourself. Um, and one of the ways that you can actually do for yourself is you imagine that you have a ladder. And you can do this for yourself because, let's face it, when we're poor, we don't usually have the monetary resources to be able to get the help that we need psychologically. You imagine having a ladder reaching up to the sky, or you imagine having growing wings, you know, like angels' wings or dragons' wings, bats' wings, whatever you love. You grow them and you fly out. You can. You are the only person keeping yourself trapped in your state of mind. And it can be terribly destructive. One of the things that I noticed in my own life is that when I was thinking in these horrible, circular, negative thoughts, all I wanted to do was destroy myself. And that is what a waste of life. What an absolute waste of life. You owe it to yourself to be the most glorious version of yourself ever, and you can do it. So yes, see them as weeds, see the negative thoughts as weeds, pull them out and burn them, get rid of them, exercise them. If you have negative thoughts, write them down on paper and physically burn them over your kitchen sink, because then you can wash the ashes away and you won't set fire to your house, which is really bad. Okay, so the other way that you could think of it is, if you're into painting, you can see your negative thoughts as being hidden under layers of paint. You have to scrape that paint back, scrape it off, so that that's revealed. That which you do not want to have inside yourself, because it's limiting yourself and keeping you in a cycle of darkness, badness, negativity, destruction, that sort of thing. Cut out that bit of canvas, cut out that bit of wood, burn it, get rid of it, and put something else in there that is good, that makes you feel good about yourself, that you go, hooray for me, I'm fantastic. So that is what you can do for yourself. You do not need to be a victim of your own mind and negative thoughts. If I can do it, you can do it. There you go. That's, yeah, this is from my heart to your heart to you. You do this for yourself. You, or like, oh, the other one that I had was a room in your head, like Blackbeard's room filled full of death and gore and skeletons. And it's a room that's at the back where you've put all of that awful stuff because you couldn't deal with it at the moment. And you go, okay, I don't know if I can do this. Because it does. It takes a huge amount of courage to be able to value yourself. It really does. It takes a huge amount of courage. But even if you think of me and you go, well, if Kiska can do it, so can I. That is really cool. I will be there holding your hand when you go into that dark and dirty, dusty, awful, shitty room and you start dragging these things out by the heels and you put them on that bonfire. You put them on that bonfire and you celebrate. You say, yes, good for me. I have done this. I am doing this and I'm a hero. I'm going to be the hero of my own story now, because your life is your own story and only you can live it in the way that you can. So yes, go back over my video and watch it over and over again, and you can do this. I am only an ordinary person just like you. I've been through an awful life. Yes, that's the only way I can say that is, yes, I have been through an awful life. It's not my fault. And, well, you could say it was the fault of others who have abused me in the past, but at the same time, you got to remember that the abusers are actually, the bullies, the abusers, they are actually cowards. And they have never faced their own demons or their skeletons. They have never had the bravery that you've had, that you have, to be able to face the darkness and set light to it. And you've got to remember that if a glass is like completely full of muddy water and you don't want to drink it because you go like, oh yuck, that water is like really disgusting, then you have to tip out the contents before you can refill it with pure unicorn magic water for yourself. Don't be afraid to utilize your imagination. That's all I'd like to say for now. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the new people that have pressed subscribe. I really appreciate that. You're seeing me through to my dream now, and as I hope I can see you through to your dream of goodness. Okay, you guys take care. Next week I have a doctor's appointment. It's the 6-week follow-up for my operation, so wish me luck. The video next week may be a little bit delayed because it's in the morning when I usually do this. So thank you very much, guys. You guys have a fabulous day, week, everything else, and don't forget that I love you. I love you. You are a treasure to me. We'll see you later, my lovely family, whānau and friends. Too.